We all know about Five Nights at Freddy's in some way, shape, or form, whether it be from playing the games yourself, from watching someone else play, or from word of mouth or merchandise. We've all heard or seen something about Five Nights at Freddy's, and quite rightly so. It's an incredible franchise, and you know, it's a big part of who I am as a person. It's been around for about as long as I've been around. um, but Today, we're not here to talk about the incredibly complicated and beautiful story that is FNAF, but we're here to talk about one little big problem that I have with the latest installment, FNAF Security Breach. Now, don't get me wrong, Security Breach is an incredible game. It was delayed, 15 times? But look what we got out of it. We got a bunch of glitches that were later patched. We got new characters, we got funnies, we got, new characters. Wait, did I already say that? I don't think so. If I did, I'm gonna cut it out. We also got new locations, we got, music. I just want to say real quick, the daycare theme, I love it. Wonderfully done, Steel Wool, Scott Cawthon. But, again, we're not here to glorify FNAF. We're here to talk about my issue with it. So, with this in mind, and also with the fact that I do like this game, so don't hate on me in the comments, let's dive into the issue with Security Breach. Now, William Afton, as we all know, hopefully, is Springtrap, Spring Bonnie, Jimmy Neutron, again, Peepaw Afton, Glitch Trap, lots of people, holy shnikes. He's one of the most inconsistent character designs in the FNAF franchise, and quite rightly so. Again, here, all together. Future me's gonna hate editing this, I can tell you. Now, I talk about this because he's honestly a very cool character, and I like him as a villain. In the beginning, he always comes back. It's very cool. But when he comes back each time, more decrepit, it doesn't work. Like, they try to make him look scary, I hope. I hope they weren't trying to make him look like an old man who's coming out for his Wednesday medication. But I digress. Instead of having him come back the way he did, they should have had him come back mentally. And what I mean by this is with Vanny/Vanessa. This is all coming from, what I know, based on just, basic stuff, and also from MatPat's videos. This whole thing of, you put on the VR headset in Help Wanted, and William Afton takes control of your mind. And it's a very cool idea, and just from where I stand, from where I'm thinking, in a way, that means he's come back. He's taken control of people, and he's still being able to, stuff kids in suits. He's come back. He doesn't need to, replace Bonnie with an alligator, and then also just rip up the Bonnie suit and then look like a decrepit old man. He can come back as Vanessa, and I think that would have been better, because one, William would have still, been a villain. He would have still come back. But we also would have technically gotten a new villain. Which we're going to talk about that new villain right now. Vanny/Vanessa is the newest villain to the FNAF franchise. based on speculation from the theories, she is the person from Help Wanted in some way. Based on like record files and stuff that the theorists have found the name for the person who recorded the things. Go watch MatPat's video if you don't understand, because I know I sure don't. But what I'm getting at is Afton is the puppeteer, and Vanny is the puppet. Not literally, she's not the puppet, she's not the marionette. Don't. It's an analogy. Don't get it mixed up, please. Dumbest joke I do all day, I promise you. But what I mean by this is Vanny and Vanessa are essentially two different people in a sense. They don't, at least I don't think Vanessa knows about Vanny. Who's to say? I know. Small brain again. But, and Vanessa is a very, interesting character. I like her design. It's very simple. It's very homemade, but it's also still scary enough in the head area with the, the mouth and the big red eyes and the skinny floppy ears. It's honestly very scary. Scary. I've seen worse. But it's an incredible design that we see for, 3 minutes total? Where's the fun in that? Because there was all this build-up to Vanessa in the Curse of Dreadbear DLC, in the Corn Maze, you find the mask, and all this stuff that builds up to the Pizzaplex, that builds up to Vanessa. Or what? 2 times you hide from Vanny, and then also in one secret ending, she falls off and dies, and you're like, oh, Vanny, who could have seen that coming? It's, a lot of build up for a lot of lackluster anything. And, I think it would have been cool if we got a different Security Breach. Which, you know what? Why don't we talk about what it should have been right now? Security Breach comprises of a bunch of fetch quests. I can't get a level 1 security badge. Hey, go grab a hippo magnet, Gregory. Alright. Oh, it gave me a daycare pass? Guess I gotta go to the daycare. Oh no, the power went out. I gotta turn on the generators and all this stuff. Before you can race Roxy, you have to get ahead, and then you have to go over here, which is a 30-minute trek, and then you have to put it in a head fixer-upper and then go all the way back, put it on a thing. It's just a lot of fetch quests. Which I'm not saying that the fetch quests are bad, but for a franchise like FNAF, which is mostly scares, it's not exactly something that I'm happy with. What I think they should have done, one, is with Freddy. Now, what I thought they were going to do with Freddy is that he was going to be kind and caring, but as you upgraded him with his friend's parts, Chica's beak, Roxy's eyes, Monty's claws, I thought he was going to slowly be corrupted, because each time you upgrade him, he becomes dirtier. So I thought, by the end of it, the components within his friend's things would, corrupt his system, and he would turn against Gregory, which technically he did, but Peapod Afton had to help with that. I think it just would have been cooler if, you had Freddy for so long, and maybe you became reliant on him. It would depend on what kind of player you were. Like if you were more of a stealthy person, or if you were more Giga Chad and you just ran through everything. But he just got dirty. He looked scary for what? The final boss? I don't care. But Hey, that's just me. Now, again, we're here to talk about what a security breach could have been. And by gone it, that's what we're gonna do. Vanessa. We should have had more Vanessa, okay? We should have more Vanny. Because again, there was so much build up to her for 2 times to hide from her, and also she captures you, and then you free her. Who cares? And it especially seemed like there was going to be more of her in the game in the trailer, because if you recall from the trailer, she not only jump scares you, but she also gets alluded to in the trailer from this. It scared me. Well, it didn't scare me, but it made me uncomfortable. It gave me the FNAF vibes, is what I'm trying to say here. But in the game, you barely see her. And I get it's a big old pizzaplex, but come on! It would have been cool if we saw her more, you know? Like, instead of, being chased by everyone else, it would have been cool if, we were also chased by Vanny. Like, if she was, the big bad. And I'm not saying that she had to be in every area all the time, but I feel like for some of the bigger areas, or maybe some of the more, like, tight-knit areas, it would have been cool. And for the areas with, like, kind of complicated puzzles, it would have been cool if Vanny was, like, trying to get in or something. But again, all that happened is she walks by, she does her little hop, while you hide in a little baby basket, and then she's gone. Au revoir. I'll see you at the comic book ending, Vanny. Au revoir. That's all that happened. Instead of the Afton fight, what we could have gotten was something with Vanny, which we did in comic book form. Disassemble Vanny. Oh, you're my superstar. I hate it. I don't like it. But I digress. Like I said earlier, it would have been cool if Afton came back in Vanny's mind. And it would have been cool if throughout the game, maybe sometimes the game would have Vanny capture us, but then Vanessa would maybe try to fight back. Calling back to FNAF AR with those like emails where it's like, hey, I saw you like Googled on the company computer like how to fight back against mental monster things or whatever. I don't remember. But it would have been cool if, we saw more of her and we, had more things like this where it was like kind of uncomfortable or uneasy where she captures us and we have to like just like fight back like no I can't do this, and she has like a whole inner monologue with Afton like no I won't do it. Urgh, but instead we got 3 minutes of content with her total. That's what I'm betting. I'm betting it's like it was 3 minutes of content with her. If it was more, oopsie. Sorry, I forgot the 1 minute. It was 4 minutes. Oopsie. Wow. It's still not a lot of content for an evil character who had so much build up. Security Breach is a good game, but it could have been so much more. Instead of fighting Afton, we could have helped free Vanny. It could have been a thing where, we see Afton on the monitor, like maybe like we see like, Glitch Trap, or we see like some semblance, some like sort of, form of Afton in the computer, and we have to burn that. And instead of Freddy being next to us, perhaps we could have had Vanny next to us, and she's like kind of chasing us, but also she's like fighting back. She's like, "Come on, Gregory, stop him!" But also, like I said, Freddy could have been slowly corrupted from his friends who were already, hacked into. So we could have been, protecting us from Freddy, who's like trying to get in. But we've also could have been trying to, hold back and stop Banny. Honestly, to me, it would have been cool, and I am saying this on the fly, and I'll probably go more in depth in a later video, and maybe I'll have some illustrations of what could have been. Actually, who am I kidding? I'm definitely going to make illustrations. Um, but this is just a little thing, what could have been. I needed to vent it out, because Vanny's such a cool character, and Peapod Afton is not. And, I just wanted to see more Vanny because, again, so much build up. For what? I'm asking for what? This video? I would have rather had a good villain. It would have been cool if we had a new villain where, you know, we have this whole thing with her where she's trying to hold back Afton, but she's also murdering kids. It could have been so much more. But, hey, there's a new guy as head of Freddy CEO Office Incorporated, so maybe we'll get something down the line. Maybe the movie will be not so bad. But that's about it. I'll make a more in-depth idea as to what could have been later, but for now, thank you for watching. I have more stuff. Depending on when I finish editing this video, on Saturday, I really need to get a calendar, huh? So, on Saturday the 14th, I'm going to be streaming. The exact time I'm not sure about, but keep an eye out. On Saturday the 14th, I will be streaming me playing Zardy's Maze and also maybe a couple other games. So be sure to catch that. I've been having a lot of fun streaming, and also I will be making more videos like this. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, resubscribe. And thank you all so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye!